need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy.
All right, guys, we're back for season 2. Season 1 was amazing. Um, we grew unexpectedly. Shout out to everybody that watched our videos and that continues to watch. Honestly, like I didn't expect it to get to where it got. For me, my goal and mine and Omar's goal was to at least hit 1 million views by December. And we skyrocketed and hit that within 3 months. Over that, like 20 million already, 20 million views in total. And I just want to say I'm very grateful and appreciative for everyone that's watching, for everybody who supports us, and just everyone in general that's in my circle right now. Honestly, I'm grateful for them. Before we start, though, I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to Omar Castillo. Omar Castillo, my right-hand man, my fucking brother. I wouldn't be able to be where I am today without this guy. So just a big shout out to him. All my respects to this dude. And I promise you that it's just only up from here. Also, today, we got somebody who is very fucking special to me. And I mean it in the most humblest way possible, simply because this dude right here has been with me since day one. We started off in a fucking Escalade. At the time,
Yeah.
I was already kind of doing pretty decent in life, but I knew I could have done better, and God's timing was perfect. So, let the drum roll hit. This is my boy right here, Mr. Juan Puente, aka JP, the man himself.
Thank you. Thank you.
Big ups to you, my boy.
Thank you for having me.
One last thing, man. Hey, big shout out to my boy Julio. Just got the brand new Lambo. Shout out to you, my boy. We see you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, and also episode 2 coming very soon. So y'all stay tuned for that. So, my boy, let's talk a little bit about our journey, man. It's been a fucking
It's been a
tough,
ride.
what, like 2.5 years?
2.5 years. Yep.
So the way we started was this guy came to my office, right? At the time I was a barber, I was cutting hair, and his cousin used to be one of my customers. You remember
Yep. Yep.
that?
Yeah.
His cousin was one of my customers, and I told him that I was already starting to do sales, and I was looking for people to mentor, people to help. And at the time, honestly, I didn't know shit about sales.
Right.
And this guy flakes on me. This guy flakes on me about 5 times. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find him, catch him,
Yeah.
and it's just like, damn, where's this dude
Yeah.
at? And it's crazy because, truth be told, I'm gonna tell him with honesty, I kind of felt like not even reaching out to him anymore, but something just kept telling me to go after him, go after him.
Right. Right.
And it was more of his story because he was brand new to fatherhood,
Yes.
right?
Yes. I was brand new.
He was about to be a father. And it reminded me of myself whenever I started, like, my journey. And I was a father too, so I know the struggle. I know how it is to want to provide the best for your family.
Right. Right.
So at the time I was doing roofing, and I wanted him to join me in the roofing company, which didn't happen, and that was something good
Right. Right.
because I eventually got into a higher level of sales. And at that time, he finally said, yeah. He came, he met me up. Dude was suited and booted.
It's crazy. When you hit me up the first time, I remember it was for roofing. I was down. Right. I was down. It made sense to me.
Just didn't have a truck at the time,
Exactly. You told me,
right?
bet. You told me, okay, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Bring your truck and your ladder. Hold on. I don't
I ain't
got
got a
I
truck.
don't got neither or.
Yeah.
So I just left it like that. I just kept doing the same thing. I was working at a 9 to 5 at the time.
Who were you working at? Amazon, right?
Crazy story. So at the time, I was working at, Chewy. It's like a dog corporation. They mean not even dogs, just pets. Like they be giving
Chewy.
Chewy, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
toys, food, whatever.
Man, my Mexican ass thought he was talking about the restaurant.
El Chewy?
Chewy.
Nah.
Chewy.
Nah, but I
Yeah.
was working there and me, I would always go to work just to sell. I would sell shoes, sell whatever, right? I'd always seen it like, man, these people, they're not my coworkers. They're low key, they're clients. You know, everybody wants shoes. So at the time, I was doing pretty good. But the way you pitched it, roofing, roof sales
at the time.
at the time, it seemed pretty good. So I just didn't have a truck or a or a ladder.
Yeah.
But
I think it was good though because when I got into solar, it was something that I truly, truly believe in. And that's something I got to tell everybody. If you really want to be successful, you have to believe in it first. You can't sell shit you don't believe in, right?
exactly,
And
exactly.
I remember hiring him, and it was literally just me and him,
Yeah,
nobody else, just us two.
yeah,
And even though you guys probably seen the previous episode where I was talking to one of the guys that put me on, even though he's the one that put me on, I really didn't get no training, nothing. We literally just got thrown out there, and it's like do what you got to do to try to survive.
right.
And it was crazy because I remember I hired him, and the next day I was like, "Man, you ready?" He pulls up, and he meets me up at a 7-Eleven, right? And I was probably just as nervous as he was because I was like, "Fuck,
Yeah, I didn't know
I
what
got to
was
prove
going on.
myself. I got to
Yeah,
prove myself." We got to that fucking 7-Eleven, and right after we got to the 7-Eleven, told him jump in the Escalade because I had an Escalade at the time. And where did we go? Like a block down,
a block down. Yeah,
straight to a closing, right?
straight to a closing.
Straight to a closing. So it went straight to a closing. I barely had maybe like 3 sales under my belt, and I'm like, man, I got to make this still happen for this guy. I think it was just a signal that it's like right away when we first did our thing, we got to
Yeah.
sell right away.
No, yeah, it was meant to happen.
It
Like,
was meant to happen because I
yeah,
know right after that, your eyes just kind of like, oh shit.
like it's sweet. You
Yeah.
know, it
Man,
it seemed pretty easy. The fact that we got it like that quick, but there's a whole process behind it.
yeah,
But
reality is people think it is easy, but it's never easy, right?
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I'm going to get to some hot topics, bro. I'm going to get to some topics that maybe we haven't exposed because, like I said, bro, you've been like my right hand man since day one. And I say that proudly, bro, because we've been in the game for a minute,
Ain't crazy.
ran through like a bunch of people that have came, left, shit like that, right?
Right.
And people don't know this shit, but bro, we've sacrificed a lot of shit for a lot of people, you
Yeah.
know? Even a
Yeah.
dark fucking Christmas that we had, right?
Oh yeah. It was
And
tough.
even my boy Omar was with us on that.
Yeah.
Um, we decided to make some shit happen in order to be able to take care of business. Um, and it was a very fucking dark place, bro.
It really
It
was.
was a dark ass fucking holiday, right?
But I feel like it was needed. Um, Christmas comes around. You see all these toys, and me, I'm with my kid. I can't afford those toys. Yeah, that shit drove me. It drove me so much, man.
Man, say,
That shit
let's
drove me.
talk about that. Let's talk about that. So, first off, let's start off with this. Year one,
It
we
was,
made a shit ton of money, right?
oh, yeah, it was good.
Do you remember how much we threw at the club for your birthday?
I don't want to get into detail. I don't really want to get into detail.
So, I'm gonna just make it brief, right? Um, this was the first year in sales, probably like our 6th month, and it was his birthday. I was out in Miami getting my teeth done, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and fly my boy out.
Oh yeah.
He'd been working hard. He'd been with me through cold, hot, just everything. And he's actually closing a sale. He's closing a sale at the time. And I'm like, yo, bro, pack your shit. What'd you think at that moment, bro?
I was like, man, all right, whatever. Let me get back in this closing. I'm like, nah, pack your shit. Fuck, where we going? You coming to Miami? What? I didn't believe it. That was the second time.
That was your second
That
time
was the second
Miami.
time. Yeah, the first time was cool, but yeah, second time I was in the middle of a closing. Man, when I tell you I was rushing through that closing, I was doing a good job though, because priorities come first. We
You're
gotta.
excited for that Miami
But I was
trip, right?
excited for that trip, and it's so crazy because the ticket you had got me, man, I didn't even use that ticket. I'm talking about I was late as hell. I was super late. I was super late. I don't know what happened, but they just let me in. Like, cause when you're waiting for your plane, you gotta wait through line, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, I shit you not, they let me cut everybody. I guess they
It
thought
was
I
meant.
worked there. I don't know what they thought, cause I was wearing my my work clothes.
Yeah.
I guess they thought I worked there, but they let me cut. So I made it to the terminal, to the place I was supposed to be at.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, this is my ticket. I'm late for this plane. They tell me, no, we already boarded your ticket. There's nothing we can do. I was like, man, there's
Shit.
got to be something we can do. Like, how do we work this out? They tell me, look, you know what? I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna let you in, but I'm gonna use one of these other tickets. It was like the I don't know, right? But it's I guess they have like back end tickets for
Well,
people.
what might have happened is they might have already had your seat replaced because they thought you weren't gonna check
Yeah,
in. So then they just gave you another one that was
yeah,
available.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
But man, I was super blessed that happened. It's a whole.
This dude
It was
gets
a
to
headache.
Miami, right? Gets to Miami like 8 p.m. Miami time. Pull up in that exotic, right?
Yeah,
We pull up in that exotic car, pick him up, and it was fun. It was a crazy crazy
yeah, it
time.
was fun.
It was fun for sure. It was a memorable time, and the reason why we're telling you all this is because that was our first years in sales, right?
That was our
Our,
first
our
year.
first year
Yes,
in sales. Um, yeah, it was a crazy time. Just put it like that.
it was really crazy.
That week, I'm not proud to say, right, but let's just say I probably wasted a doctor's yearly salary that week alone. So
Facts.
that's how crazy that year was for us. It was great.
It
It
was
was a
great.
real great year. Now, a couple months later, right? This was like around actually that was probably like around 2 months, 3 months later, right? When we decided to say, you know what, it's time we build our own company and it's time we fully
Yeah,
go all in, right?
yeah,
And I remember having this conversation with you where I told you, hey, it's not gonna be sweet.
yeah,
It's not gonna be sweet. It's not gonna be
yeah,
easy. Right now we have it sweet. Y'all gotta think about it. You know,
yeah.
we're out there with everything you could think of, everything you could dream of. We come from nothing. So being able to have all that money, being able to have access to a lot of things we didn't have growing up, even as teenagers or young adults, and finally being able to reach that level to spend whatever you want,
It's crazy.
do whatever you want. It
Crazy.
was crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then we finally decided to take the big step and start our own organization. And that's when I told you, like, hey, it's not gonna be sweet. Honestly, I'm a positive ass motherfucker, and you know that. Because I think I've told you plenty of times. I'm always raw as fuck. I'm not
Right.
ever gonna be sweet because I feel like if I'm sweet and bullshit you and just pat you in the back, that's always crippled people.
Yeah. Yeah. Most
So
definitely.
you know me better than anybody, bro. I always kept it raw as fuck,
Right.
said what I had to say and tell you the truth, right? Because I want
Right.
you to grow, not cripple you.
Right. Right.
And I remember telling him that it was not gonna be easy. We're probably gonna lose a lot of shit. And what happened our first year?
God, man,
It
it
went
was a
to
roller
shit.
coaster. Yeah. It was crazy.
It went to shit. And people don't know that. People think that our journey has just been success, winning, 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 winning. But hey, man, I'll tell you one thing: two L's make a what?
Oh.
Two L's make a dub. Two L's
Yeah.
make a W. So we took a lot of L's.
But they were needed though.
They were for sure
They
needed
were
because they
needed.
made
Yeah.
us who we are today. That
Right.
we don't take bullshit, we don't tolerate bullshit, and we know how to stand from business and friendship on a whole different level. Because a lot of people want to be pampered simply because they call themselves friends, right?
Right.
They want to be pampered. They're like, we deserve it. We deserve a paycheck. Ain't that right?
Shit.
We deserve a free paycheck just because we're around you.
Oh
Nah, that's not
man.
how this shit works,
Yeah.
right? Unfortunately, it's not how it works. And I'll tell y'all this because um, we've seen it. We've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
And now back to what we were talking about with the Christmas stuff. First year in business, it was up, downs, up, downs. But honestly, we were at our fucking lowest in Christmas that time, right?
It was tough. It
It
was
was
really,
tough.
really tough. Yeah.
It was tough. It was so fucking tough, man. And I say this because we're over it now. I've been holding this shit back for the longest because honestly, like I've been wanting to say this because, like I said, I want to be real. I'm not here to bullshit nobody or tell no fake shit. I'll say it how it is, and we damn near almost lost it all, right? Almost fucking went
Damn near
bankrupt.
did. Right. Damn
So
near did.
it was tough. It was a tough situation, and like I said, proud to say that we're up now. We're great, doing great.
Thank God.
But during that time, bro, I mean, going from making like 50 racks, your first 50, your first, a week, that
So,
much money in a week, that much
yeah.
money at the time, and then
Yeah.
going to
No.
shit.
No. Yeah. Most definitely.
How many times though? How many times did I not tell you you needed to learn how to win versus count the money?
No, yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of times, right?
yeah. You did tell me that a lot of times.
So was that your final straw that kind of made you realize like you needed to collect the trophies and the money would come on its own? Like, was that your changing point where you knew that the work ethic was worth more than the money? Because obviously now you're great, bro. You're well off, and congratulations to you, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I think you've made over $70,000 this month.
right.
So it's like
Um,
you
it's going
bounce back
well.
like crazy.
It's going well.
Nah, it's not going well, bro. You doing you killing it.
It's
You know,
all
you
right.
killing it.
It's not enough though.
You me last year, 2 years ago.
It's not. It's not enough. You know.
It's not enough.
You know. There was a point where it was tough. Like Christmas. You know. It was really really tough. You know. One year. You have it all. One day you have it all. The next day it's gone. See what I'm saying? So I feel like this is nothing. We have
It's
to
not.
keep going.
But what
You
did it
know.
teach you?
The work. Work come first. The results. Yeah, they come. The money is just included. But what really really matters is just mastering
Craft.
your craft. Yeah, you got to master your craft. The money will always be included.
Yeah.
I have a mechanic. My mechanic told me, he's like, man, bro, I work for free. I looked at him like, oh, free, so it's free then. You're not gonna charge me. And
He laughed.
yeah, no, it's like a quick joke, you know. But he told me, no, I mean it like I work for free because I love what I do. I love what I do, and the money is just included. It's just included, and it makes a lot of sense, you know. Me right now, I mean, I feel like I've maybe not perfected my craft, but you know, I could teach somebody. You know, I could teach somebody what I
No,
do.
you definitely stepped it up, man. Um, One thing I like to tell everybody is focus on one fucking thing
Yeah,
and dominate it.
yeah,
If you really want to be successful, focus on one thing, dominate it,
right,
and then you can do other things, right?
exactly.
Because those are called what? Investments, right?
Investments.
But if you haven't even dominated one thing, how do you expect to take over the world? You know, change starts within. If you can't even change yourself, how do you expect to change the world? Doesn't
Yeah.
happen that way, right?
No, yeah,
That's the
facts.
way it happens in business too, is that you have to learn how to dominate one thing, become the best at it. After you dominate that one thing, then you're able to take over the world, take over other things, right? So I feel like you've done a great job, bro. I'm fucking proud of you for that,
Yeah.
bro.
You know, it's crazy. You know, the results, right? I'm pretty sure. Remember, I was getting them failed credits, them not interested, them I don't want to hear it. What are you selling? Nah, I don't want it. That's crazy though. Like people really don't see that part, you know?
But it's like I say, man, it's like you got the show off boxers, right? You got the boxers that learn how to punch a bag. Punching a bag don't really get you nowhere, you know? You could be a
Yeah,
fancy bag boxer.
yeah,
You're fancy at punching a bag. That makes you look fancy, right? But how many times have you sparred? How many times have you gotten in the ring? How many times have you actually went in there and fought someone that will hit back? You know?
yeah.
How many fights do you got under your belt?
Right.
So that's the same thing when it comes to like the entrepreneurship world. It's like you have to get your teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to get in the field. You have to get those no's, those rejections, because that's what's gonna make you become a better what? A better entrepreneur, correct?
Right. Correct.
So
Correct.
I feel like people are afraid of that, bro. People are
Yeah.
afraid of that, and that's the reason why a lot of people fail, is because they're afraid to get their teeth kicked in. They
Yeah.
don't want to put in the actual work. They want to just be bag punchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Nah.
punch
Yeah.
the bag and
That ain't
show
gonna
we're
work. Yep.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah. It's kind of like Don't quote me on this, right? But you know, Kobe Bryant. Don't quote me on this. I just read it somewhere, but they say that he missed the most shots in history. But you don't remember him as that. You remember him as a champion. You know what I'm saying? So, Mamba mentality. You know, Mamba mentality.
Yeah,
You know, it's a really big thing to have. Really good mentality to have.
absolutely.
You can take so many L's, but at the end of the day, you're gonna get
Well,
that dub.
the way that I see this, honestly, is like a sport.
It is a
It's
sport.
like a sport. I want to be like the Kobe Bryant of the entrepreneurship world. I
Yeah,
want to be like that guy for
yeah,
us Mexicanos, you know?
yeah,
Like us Mexicans don't have somebody that we just look up to highly where we're like, man, we're proud of that motherfucker. That
yeah,
motherfucker's the guy. Like, he's him, you know?
yeah,
Like, we have the Bad Bunnies. We have the Drakes, you know? We have the Peso Plumas in the music industry. We have
yeah.
all those great guys, and shout out to those guys. But we don't have that in the entrepreneurship world that's changing the generations below us, you
Right,
know?
right,
That's teaching people how to really make money, how to really
right.
run businesses, how to do shit the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I want to become that person, you know?
Right.
Um, I've never asked you, bro, but what what have I done to change your life? Like, what's something that, with all honesty, like you've gotten from me from these past couple years that you've been with me, and how am I?
Um,
You could tell people exactly how I am, bro.
yeah,
Keep it raw, you know.
yeah. Before I met Jake, I had this mentality, bro. Cause we're from Oak Cliff, so bro, for me it was like cycle, just a cycle. Get your 9 to 5, maybe make some on the side and make it shake, and pray to God it gets you somewhere. But that's just a gamble. So then I met you. You're actually doing things. You're actually doing things, but you were doing them in a way that like in a calm manner. You're getting business done, right? But not like in a pull a strap out. Hey, you wanna do it like this? Nah, you professionally done, bro. I'm telling you, you did open my eyes, bro. There's a whole other world out there, a business world that most people don't really know about. The principles are pretty much the same. Stick business, straight business. Don't do something bad. Always keep it real. The
Yeah.
principles are the same, but you did open my eyes, bro. You know, I
Now,
feel
how
like
am I as a person?
as a person,
Yeah.
you're an honest person. You're an honest person. You take care of your people. That's something like that's something I seen out of you, and that's something I do for myself, for my people as well. Um, cause I be with you. People call you over problems. They call you,
My phones be blowing up. We got two phones right here for a reason, right?
yeah, but like nah, like you try to solve their problems when you don't really got to, and that's something I learned out of you, and that's something I do for my own as well.
You know what's one thing though? That might have been one of my biggest mistakes too, though,
Really,
because I've always tried to solve other people's problems, and nobody has. Bro, I shit you not. I have yet, you know, somebody outside of our circle, right?
right,
Because we always take care of each other. Me, you, Omar, like we always taking care of each other.
right,
But outside of our circle, I have yet to have somebody worry about my problems.
yeah,
And it's like that. And I don't complain about it, bro. But what I'm saying is, sometimes we have to make sure we're good first before we take care of a lot of people, bro. Because, you know, like you said, I took care of a lot of people. Matter of fact, we took care of a lot of people. We fed mouths that shouldn't have even been fed.
right,
And that's something that we didn't really talk about. But now, shit, I don't really give a fuck, being honest.
right,
But we fed a lot of people that shouldn't have been fed, and damn near cost us our business. So I think that's a good thing, but it can also be a big mistake.
yeah,
But definitely keeping it real. It's like we were talking about earlier. It's like I think one of the biggest things that our upbringing taught us was to not be a fucking snake,
yeah,
to not be a fucking rat.
right,
To be somebody loyal.
right,
Loyalty, like that's one of the biggest key in life is
right,
loyalty,
right,
and it's loyalty before love. Why is it loyalty before love? Because if somebody can't be loyal to you, do they truly love you? Fuck no, right?
right,
If they can't be loyal to you, they really don't love you. So, let's get a little bit off topic, but for example, somebody that cheats on you,
mm.
were they loyal to you?
Hell nah.
Are they still gonna tell you they love you?
They probably are.
Why? Because they're trying not to
Shit,
lose that, right? They're
exactly.
afraid to lose what they have.
Yeah,
But reality is they're not loyal to you.
right,
So they really truly don't fucking love you, right?
correct.
So it's always loyalty before love. Because if somebody truly does love you, they're gonna be loyal to you, correct? That's
Yeah,
exactly why I got that tattoo on me.
yeah,
It's because loyalty comes first.
yeah,
Um, and that's something that I feel like our upbringing taught us. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that shit and don't respect that shit in the business world because they grew up pampered or with money or wealthy, you know.
right,
But I feel like that's one of the biggest things that we've had growing up is that growing up and also in the business world, you know, that we come from nothing, so we learn how to respect what we truly have, learn
oh
how to
yeah,
honor what we
yeah.
truly have, and more importantly, like Scarface said,
What
you
he
know,
say?
my fucking balls. The only thing I got in this world
Yeah,
is my balls and my word. And I
that's
wouldn't change that shit for nobody. You know?
yeah,
So, truth be told, man, it's been a great journey, bro. And I've been looking forward to this podcast because a lot of people don't really know our story like that.
yeah. No,
But I feel like, man, bro,
been
with all due
crazy.
respect, you're one of the most respected person in this world in my eyes. That I respect the most. You're young, you're hungry, you're becoming a great father figure, bro. And I just wanted to tell you, I'm proud of you, man.
Right.
Like on a serious note, I know we
Thank you.
joke around a lot, but on a serious note, I'm fucking proud of you, bro, because you become a great father figure to your son. I know one day he's gonna be proud to know who his father is and the legacy that you're creating, bro, because you're
Yeah.
breaking generational curses.
Yes. No. Yes. That's always been the goal. You know. I feel like right now we're really blessed. You know, we were given this opportunity.
We had a vision. We just need to
Yeah.
put the fucking glasses on people so they can see what we had to see, right?
No. Yeah. It's been great. You know, God has been really really good with us. You know, it's up from here. Throat tripping.
Yeah. So let's get a little bit more personal on my end, right? You were with me when some of the shit happened, some of the stuff happened that really threw me off. And I don't think I ever had the opportunity to tell you I appreciate you, bro, for sticking around. Because like I said, I keep it as real as possible, and I've always been myself.
Correct.
But you were with me in those dark fucking moments, bro, when I was in the fucking gym 24 fucking hours and you knew shit was going on, right? And I feel like in those moments, bro, I really had to find myself again. And I remember this dude calling me. He's like, man, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you're the fucking GOAT, bro. Like, you're the motherfucker that set this shit off. And honestly, that changed my whole mindset, bro. I jumped back in and where we at now? We up, right? Everybody's winning.
No. Yeah. We're up for
Couple
sure.
figures hitting this Friday, so.
Oh yeah. Not too much.
But
Not too much.
not too much. Just 25 cents. But
25 cents.
honestly, man, like during those times it was fucking crazy, bro.
It was.
It
It
was crazy,
was.
and I think that the change and everything that's happened to us has been for a reason.
Yeah. Most
The people that
definitely.
have screwed us over, the shit that's happened, the bad shit that's happened, dealing with big corporations, just a whole bunch of shit, right? But I feel like we are where we are for a reason.
No. Yeah. Everything literally happens for a reason. You know. There were lessons, bro. There were lessons. And we just gotta
Yeah,
keep that work coming in. The rest is history. You know.
yeah. So, what are some of your advices you could give now? What is the advice you could give to somebody like you, bro? Like, if you could go back to the time when you started, right when you first met me, what is an advice you would give yourself, or what is an advice you would give yourself, like when we first started sales, when you started popping off, when you started making a shit ton of money yourself? Like now that you know what you know, right? Now that you've been through those fucked up situations, like, what is an advice you would give yourself?
I would tell myself not to stop. Don't stop. Keep working. Like I said, you know, the money is literally just included. If you perfect your craft, the
The money's
money.
like the
Oh,
trophy.
exactly. You know,
So
it's
with
pretty
that,
good.
with that right there, um, you ever heard of the car theory
The car
that I'll be
theory,
telling you guys? Yeah.
probably have. Could say. You
Yeah,
said
you
I
probably
probably.
have.
I probably
Okay, so
have.
the car theory is pretty simple, bro.
Right.
Can you run a car with one wheel?
No.
You can't, right?
No.
Can you run a car with two wheels?
No.
A four-wheel car, not a motorcycle, right?
Mm.
Okay, so you can't run a car with one wheel, right? You can't run a car with two wheels. Can you run a car with three wheels?
Mm.
Okay, but you could run a car with four wheels, correct?
Correct.
All right. Does the car still need gas to run?
Yeah.
All right, so when you first make your first 10 grand, can you go and wall out?
Not at all.
What about your second 10 grand?
Not even.
Why not?
It's only 20 bands.
That car won't move, right?
That car ain't moving.
What
Yeah.
about your next? You're already 30 up. Can you do anything?
Not even.
Probably not, right? Once you got that fourth one,
That
you
40
got
bands.
40 grand or 50 grand. Can you start doing stuff?
You could
But what else do you need?
eat that gas.
You need gas,
Yeah.
right? And what does the gas do? Keeps the car going, right?
Right.
Exactly. So the way that I like to explain it to people now in sales is that don't go out there and blow off 10 grand. Don't go out there and blow your 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand.
Right.
Because you still have to do what? Put gas in the car in order for it to move.
Right.
In order for you to work, in order for your business to work, right? And for you to truly be successful, I see it like that now.
Mm.
Where, yeah, you have that money, but you can't start doing things and moving until you have enough, right? To move the car around and then still have pipeline
Yeah.
which is more income coming in, right? More
Yeah.
revenue coming in order to keep the car going, right?
Right.
So in order for you to have a full functioning business, you have to have four wheels and gas, correct? To
Correct.
keep a car functioning.
Correct.
That's the way business is, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the way why, like, that's the reason why a lot of people are unsuccessful as well, is because they don't understand that. They get their first 10 and start blowing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
20 start blowing it.
Yep.
And guess what happens? You're back to
Broke.
one tire.
Yep. Broke.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, let's change the subject a little bit, bro. Let's talk a little bit more about what other people want to hear, because we have a lot of people that want to hear about business, but also a lot of people that want to hear about life.
Okay.
How was your upbringing, kind of, bro? Let's talk a little bit more about your upbringing.
My upbringing.
How'd you grow up? Be raw with it, bro. I mean, we're here to
Yeah, we're going
talk.
straight in.
Yeah.
Well, I always grew up in apartments. Always grew up in apartments. My mom, she would work. So my mom would work. It's just me and my bro. Man, we alone, the whole crib. Like, we not finna be at the crib. We're finna be outside.
At the time, it was different, right? No
Yeah,
cell phones. Everybody was outside.
yeah, there was no phones. I mean, if there was a phone, it'll be like a BlackBerry.
Or oh well, yeah, your times were different.
What you used to have?
In my times we had the little wire phone, the one that you had to on the wall, had to
We
hold
had
it all
that
the way
too.
up here.
We had that too, but I mean, I guess it was like when it was dying out. But Blackberries, them click phones. So nobody would have their phones. You'd just be out and about. So regular kid stuff. I would always go play. Um, I would see my mom struggle, so I would always want to make some type of money. I'll do things over here, do things over there. No selling, nothing like that. Um, hey, I'll fix. I'll put some air on that tire. Let me get some money. For real, how much? Quick $5, quick $5 here. Just little shit like that. I would always want to give my mom some money, even though it wasn't enough to pay bills. It was still like that principle. So my upbringing was pretty much that. I would go to school though. School was cool. Free food,
Free food.
free food. But it was mainly that. Just give some bread, get some money, get some money. Um, it's crazy. I think I was probably like 7 or 8. I actually went door to door, but I would sell donuts,
So what?
donuts,
Donuts.
donuts. I would sell donuts, man, and nobody will buy because I don't know what the fuck to say. I just knock on the door. Hey, you want some donuts? I guess it was a demographic. Nobody wanted to buy no donuts, bro. But nah, that's pretty much it. I mean, nothing special, nothing illegal, of course. Just help mom out. Just help her out.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's crazy because we would do door to door too, kind of. One of my boys, my boy Gio, that my boy Miguel put on. You remember Miguel?
Yeah.
So he brought one of his homies one time, and then me and him started saying, you know what, bro? Fuck it, let's just get my truck at the time, right? Let's put a lawnmower in that motherfucker and
For door to
una
door.
weedita,
Yeah.
and let's go knock doors to see if we could cut somebody's grass.
For
And
real.
that's what we're out there doing, bro. Knocking doors and just trying to give quotes to cut grass and start doing that. I remember I told you too that I was doing a painting company as well,
Yeah, you did tell me.
which was running pretty smoothly. Honestly, I was like about 18, 19 years old at the
18,
time.
19.
And man, my first house, bro, we painted it and got like $3,000.
3 bands?
Yeah, we knocked that. No, five actually.
Oh
We got
yeah?
about 5 grand. We knocked it out the same day, and that was just the interior. I guess the dude was balling, and I was like, I'm gonna shoot my shot.
Oh yeah?
I don't lose nothing.
Right.
So if he tells me no, I don't lose nothing. So I was like, man, you know what? I was pretending like I knew what's up.
How
I
long
ain't
did
know
you do that
shit.
for?
Huh?
How long did you do that for?
Then that business lasted maybe like 2, 3 months, bro.
2, 3 months?
Yeah. Then
Damn.
after that, well, the guy, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what happened to the guy, the contractor,
Yeah.
but he stopped getting houses. So we were basically painting all his houses.
Oh, okay,
So he
okay.
would hire like subcontractors
Yeah.
to do all the jobs for him, and he would just pay us out.
Yeah.
So we were his painters.
Oh yeah.
And man, it got to the point, bro, where I was hiring like a couple of homies of mine.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, my homie Chris, my homie Gio, a couple
For
other people that we hired, well, that I hired, and I was having them just go with me house to house, bro, painting all day. So that's kind of how the grind started too. Then eventually, of course, the barbering and all that shit.
No, yeah, there's a
Uh,
lot of money out here.
for sure. So I
Oh,
think like we've always been meant to do what we
Yeah,
do
this.
today, the entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
the sales.
No,
Tell
yeah,
me a little
most
bit more
definitely.
about how you felt on your corporate jobs, bro.
On my corporate jobs.
Yeah,
Okay. Corporate jobs. You mean
be
nine to
raw with
fives?
it. Yeah, 9 to 5. Be raw with it, man. We want to hear the raw
Man,
shit.
I'm gonna tell you like a whole. I have a whole list.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right, so I made it out of high school. Once I make it out of high school, it's either, man, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna go to college.
Yeah,
That's not really my cup of tea. So, what am I really gonna do? So at the time, I have this cousin. He does carpet. He's a carpet installer. So I hit him up. Hey, Pri, us paro. And I was a carpet installer for about a whole summer.
this
And
was after high school.
yeah, fresh out of high school, um, I became a carpet installer.
How much were you making at the time? You're at Chalan, right?
Yeah, they started me off as a
Like
chalan.
150 a day, 100 a day, or 80 a day,
A
no?
week I was making 400, which ain't bad as a chalan.
Yeah.
I did that for a good summer, but the highway, it just, there wasn't a lot of work. So fuck it, I'm done there because the checks were coming lower and lower and lower. So I was like, nah, for the work I'm doing, I'm not gonna sit there and do that. So after that, I had went to FedEx. I was working at FedEx, kind of the same money, longer hours. So I was doing that for about 6 months, and that's when the pandemic hit. I don't know if you remember back in the day, they used to label you as the people that would actually work during the pandemic. You would be
Essential workers.
yes, essential worker.
An
I felt really good.
essential
I
worker.
was an essential worker,
Professional.
professional. Everybody
Professional.
inside, I'm out there working. But man, it was the same old shit. So I had to leave because of the whole pandemic stuff. Once I left the FedEx, that's when I had no opportunities. Like I was like, man, what am I gonna do? So I applied at Amazon. I had to wait like probably like 3 to 4 weeks. But I'm not gonna just sit at home during that time. So I became a trash man. That was one of the hardest jobs I ever had. A trash man.
Tell them the story about the rat.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I was a trash man, right? Uh, my last day there, because I was already getting hired at Amazon. My last day there, I grab a bag, I throw it in the compressor. I throw in the compressor, and then I'm finna hop on the truck.
Yeah,
And then I look down, the bag open, all the trash come out. I'm looking down, I'm looking at a rat. Not a rat like a mouse,
yeah.
but I'm looking at it. And then the compressor just boom, it closes it. It closes, the whole thing just splashes. Thank God I had like protector because it was that summer, so I was trying to cover my face. The whole shit splashed in my face. I'm like, damn, bro,
That was the day, right?
that was the day I said, nah, this is not the. Plus, I had already had Amazon calling me, so man, you know what? I'm done because I already had Amazon. If not, I would have just thugged it out. But um, once that happened, I was working at Amazon. I did Amazon for a good 6 months. I don't know why they fired me. Honestly, they fired me because of the whole. They have like a whole I don't know. They got some bullshit going on. I don't know. So after that, I'm like, man, what am I? This is how I know God is really good with me. Because after everything, He would always give me an opportunity. So after that, I had went to a cabinetry. Los cabinetes, cabinets. I was doing that for like about 6 months. Yeah, about 6 months. I was doing that, and man, every L I took, I learned something. So I get this phone call from a family member, like, hey, we have this opportunity. You're gonna be in charge of the shipping, for real, the whole shipping department. Are you sure? They're like, yeah, you're gonna be in charge of the whole shipping department, everything, like mayordomo type shit. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. That sounds like an opportunity to me. So I go. Man, I get there. There's only about 3 employees. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So I do that for a good minute, and man, I do that for a really good minute, and it was not it, bro. The pay was not it. It was just bad. I don't want to get too much into detail, but I had a lot of jobs, bro, but they all led me to this. You know, on the side, I always had the shoes. I would always sell shoes. It was something that I recently, when I was working at the cabinetry, that's when I found a plug. He was getting like these, I guess, off-brand shoes. I was getting them for 80 a piece. I was selling them hoes for 160. So I was making some, some bank. I try to sell three a day. That will put me up with my work check. It'll put me up a couple bands. So, I always did that. But man,
Nothing
everything,
compared to sales, right?
nothing compares to this. Honestly, I haven't sold shoes in a minute, but if I got to, I'll do whatever it takes to feed my family. But I, I'm really, I'm really blessed. Honestly, God has been really, really good to me.
Yeah. And I take pride, man, in having you in, in my circle and having you in my organization simply because, man, I remember when we were Bankz Enterprises at the time.
Oh yeah,
My boy was repping it hard. He was everywhere saying, Bankz Enterprises, we're going to be the next,
Banks ENT.
Bankz Enterprises going to be the next big thing. But one day
Yeah,
we're going to own a building. Like, we're going to have something big and major. And,
that was
thankfully,
badass.
things went our way. And now you continue to be proud of what we rep. I mean, he even has, the logo on his hat. So,
Energy.
what did you say? La empresa.
La empresa.
La empresa
La
siempre.
empresa.
So, man, it's been a tough journey, but honestly, like it's gotten us to where we are today, and
Yeah.
it's been a blessing to get here.
Now you're doing
Um,
podcasts.
now we're doing what we do, right? But let's talk a little bit more. We talked about the business side. Let's talk a little bit more about life lessons. Some of the life lessons we learned these past couple years, because one of the biggest life lessons I've had to learn, is standards, bro.
Standards.
Standards not only in business, in relationships too, right, and friendships too, because I think one of the biggest mistake I made was mixing friendships with business,
Oh yeah.
where we would, like I said, we fed people that shouldn't have been fed because it was business. And people don't understand that. People think, hey, you just deserve a paycheck just because you deserve it. They don't count the L's you take behind it. They don't count what we call clawbacks. They don't count certain things that don't happen because, you've learned it yourself, right? You can
Right.
go ahead, go close a deal, go close a sale, do all that. But sometimes what happens?
You take a L out of nowhere.
The sale falls through, right?
Yeah.
So that money just what? Disappeared.
Yep.
So that's what I mean about setting standards is a lot of the times we fail to set the proper standards from the beginning,
Yeah.
and that's what can make things go south. Even in a relationship, bro, Like now in a relationship, I take it very, very seriously
Yes.
because I know that in a relationship you have to set standards from the jump.
Yes. Most
Simply
definitely.
because think about it, social media has us thinking that a lot of things are okay, right? Like women going doing certain things, men doing certain things. Why? Because they say in social media it's okay, right?
Yeah.
But truthfully, if you're not okay with something, are you gonna let it slide simply because social media thinks it's okay?
No.
Why not?
No.
It's
Because
not gonna work.
it's not gonna work out at all.
Why is it not gonna work out? Because you're not okay with it internally, right? So that's why I feel like setting those proper standards is great in business, relationships, and everything in general. Because when you set a standard, you set a point where it's a boundary, right? It's a
Mm.
boundary. So, like, for example, for me, as far as like in a relationship, I have an ideal already of what I want. I don't want a girlfriend. I don't want somebody to just spend time with, somebody to pass time with. I want an actual wife
Right.
because we're in a business now that already stressful enough,
Yeah.
already takes a lot of our time, already
Yeah.
does a lot of stuff. And if you don't set the proper standards, that person that you choose can really hold you back versus help you grow, right?
No.
So I feel
Yes.
like standards are something very like important in everything,
It is. It
Yeah,
is very
what's your point
important.
of view on that?
No, I agree. I agree. You can't go under your standards, bro, because you're only hurting yourself. You
You've
don't.
seen it, right?
I seen it, bro. Trust me. I seen it.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Yeah. A lot of the times though, like I said, I feel like we lower our standards due to social media.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of bullshit's been normalized.
Yeah. A
You
lot of
know.
stuff been normalized that shouldn't be,
Yeah.
you know? And yeah, man, that's the key. That's one of the biggest keys is setting standards.
That's why. That's why me. I believe being a father is super super important. Because if all the bullshit that's being normalized, like you gotta really think about it. How is our kids gonna grow?
Yeah,
What's the future? What's the future gonna look like if all this bullshit's being normalized? You see what I'm saying? So to me right now, like my main priority is my kid. I gotta set the example for him. Cause if I don't, man, this world is really, really evil. You know,
for
and
sure.
I need to get him ready for everything.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things too, though, man, is um, from my experience,
Right.
we've been in the journey already where we've made pretty good money.
Yeah.
We're able to provide for our children, do a lot of stuff for them. But one thing I learned too, though, is the kids are gonna see things differently because they're kids, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, I didn't really have a father and all that stuff. Pretty sure, we're in the same boat, right?
Right.
But now that we get the opportunity to be fathers, it means a lot to a kid for you to just simply show up to like a soccer game, dude.
Yeah.
Like me showing up to my kids' soccer games, it's like you spark that light in those children, you know?
Yeah.
Like those kids see it and they're like, oh, I thought my papa, there's my dad. Like,
Yeah.
shit, he's here, you know? I gotta perform better, I gotta do better.
Right.
And, when I go see my son and my daughter play soccer, my daughter's killing it, you
Really?
know? My daughter's killing it and I love it. She's a true athlete. My
Nice.
son as well. And sometimes I have to correct them because they do something that I know they could do better
Yeah.
and they're kind of like.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's very important for us to be there because we didn't have that growing up.
Yeah.
So for us to be there for our children in that manner is more important than money, bro.
No, yeah, most definitely. That discipline, show them that discipline
And the love.
and the love. Most importantly, the love. Man, it means the world to them. You know, that's my main priority right now. Like, just being the best father as I can.
Yeah, for sure. Because, like I say, you can hand a random person, a random man, right? Let's not just say a random man, but a person that don't have his shit together, somebody who's still in a childish mindset. You could hand him a $30,000 watch. Does that make him more valuable than the man that handed it to him? Why not?
It's a really good question right there. But
You want to know why?
why?
It doesn't make him more valuable because he don't have this.
The
He don't
vision.
have the mindset.
Okay.
If you were still the guy from Amazon, right? Before all of this, and I would have handed you $30,000, you think you would have flipped it and made more, or you think you would have blown it and been back to square one? Honesty, with true honesty.
Honest to God, I would have flipped that. I would
You
have
truly
flipped that.
believe it.
I honestly believe it. On
But
everything I love, I would have flipped that. But
would you have taken an L? Like, would that have provided longevity for you?
probably not because I don't have the experience I have now.
You don't have the mindset, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it. Is you have to have experience. You have to have those trials and errors. Going back to the lottery winners, right? What is it?
Yeah.
The curse of the lottery? The
Yeah.
lottery
That's
curse,
crazy.
where people get so much money at once and end up losing it all like this because they don't have what it takes. I would
Yeah.
always look at stuff and be like, man, why can't I have that much money? I wanted a lot of money.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to provide for my family.
Yeah.
And I would always wonder, like, why is it not the time yet? Why is it not the correct time yet? And I feel like it happened at the right time because now I know how to manage that money. Now
Oh
I can
yeah.
manage
Yeah.
that amount of
Yeah.
money.
Most
Versus
definitely.
back then, hell no. Truth be told, I'm gonna be honest. You handed me 30 grand, I probably would have blew that shit.
Back
But
then.
yeah, man, because I wouldn't know how to control it. I would have, man, maybe I could have flipped it,
Yeah.
right? But it wouldn't have provided the longevity for it.
Yeah. I would have tried to flip it. You know.
But without the
Who
experience on
knows?
how to handle a business and handle money,
Yeah.
shit
That's
would have been gone.
yeah.
You know?
Most definitely.
So yeah, man, that's why I feel like you can hand people money, man, but it's never gonna change this.
Yeah.
Like the tool here, and you know it yourself, bro. I've never pampered you.
Right.
I've never told you like, here's a handout.
Yeah.
And
Right. Right.
honestly, like I think that's the greatest thing I've done because it's made you who you are today. It's made you a
Yeah.
great fucking man, bro, and it's made you understand how money works,
I remember. I
handle
remember
your
when.
business as well.
I
Go
remember
ahead.
when you were giving out handouts. Well, not handouts, but what's it called?
Handouts,
Upfronts.
handouts,
Well, handouts,
fucking
right?
handouts.
I remember, and you're like, "Hey, you finna want an upfront? Do you want an upfront?" No, I do not want no upfronts, cause, bro, I mean, that's not how I. I didn't come into the game we didn't get upfronts.
We didn't get shit.
We didn't get up, man. We didn't get
No
shit.
handouts.
Yeah, we didn't get upfronts. So, man,
But now what? Now all these guys got fucking pacifiers in their mouth and want handouts, right?
it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm
They
just
all
not
want to
used
put
to.
pacifiers in their mouth and get handouts. But
It's
that's how you create what? Who wears pacifiers? You know what a pacifier is, right? A
yeah,
chupon.
yeah.
Who's the ones that get pacifiers? Who gets chupones?
Uh-huh.
Babies.
Oh, babies. I thought it was like a trick question.
Babies.
Yeah,
Babies get pacifiers, right?
right.
Yeah, so you create more babies.
Yeah,
You cripple people. So handouts just cripple people. That's why I feel like you have to earn it, man. Every little thing that I've gotten, I've earned it. Every little thing you've gotten, you've earned it.
yeah.
And I'm proud of you, bro, man. You finally got,
Thank you.
yourself together. You got your car. You got everything
Yeah,
you needed. Now it's the next level. You're about to unlock a whole new level, man.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm here to see it. Honestly, like I can't wait till we do our next podcast, maybe a couple months from now, maybe a year from now, and see where you are then, bro. Because
yeah,
I feel like your growth has just been phenomenal, man.
yeah,
It's been crazy, bro,
yeah. Work don't stop. We gotta keep going.
for sure.
Keep going.
What is some more advice you could give? Personal advice in life,
Personal
just in life in
advice:
general,
never take anything personal.
for sure.
Never take anything personal. I feel like everybody has their own. It's like everybody is their main character in their own movie.
Exactly.
So whatever somebody does is strictly based on their movie. If you kind of, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
What their situation is like,
yes. So never take nothing serious,
personal.
personal. No, I'm not about
Yeah.
serious. Never take anything personal. Just keep going, keep working. You gotta work in what you love. Once you're working what you love, like I said, the money's included.
You got to find a passion, correct?
Yes, yes. My passion, you know, is helping people. I gotta help these people out, and I feel like that's why it's been going well for me. Strictly what I strive for, and the rest has been history.
Yeah, it's been a good journey, man. The ups and the downs. It's been a crazy journey too, man. I was
It
telling
really
him
has.
earlier in the car on the way here. I was like, man, bro, like for a certain time, I feel like I was the real Wolf of Wall Street, bro. It was crazy, right?
It was crazy.
It was crazy, and I mean, he's known me for a while, so he knows like from
Yeah,
that point to today, it's a whole lot different, right?
it is a lot different. Yeah,
Even yourself, bro. Like I said, truth be told, man, when I first met you to today, like you've grown a lot, man. You've shown a lot of, you know, you've shown yourself to be a trusted man for sure, and a respected man and a man of your word, bro. And it's a high standard, bro, because you got a lot of people out here that have a lot of shit together, but they don't have no type of respect. They don't have no type of dignity. They don't have integrity. They don't have nothing that sets them apart from everybody else, you know? And
yeah,
loyalty, bro. Loyalty is number one because you've been with me since day one till today. And the
yeah,
loyalty you've had, bro, is insane. You
yeah,
can't teach that shit, you know?
oh, yeah,
You can't
yeah,
teach that shit, man. And yeah, I mean it's been a really good journey out here, man.
yeah.
What are some of the things that we could talk about now as far as like some things you would say about either me or you, some crazy shit. People wanna hear some crazy shit.
That's the thing, though. I'm trying to like really, really watch what I say.
Nah, man, just keep it raw, bro. We're here to speak the truth and say how it is. Some of the crazy shit. Of course, just don't use derogatory language. That's it. But as far as everything else, you can
I'm
keep it
gonna just
raw.
say it's been great. It's been a great ride. It's
Come on,
when
man. They want to
when
hear the stories,
when
bro. They want to hear
when
some crazy shit.
when you work hard, you get the reward. Just keep going.
What's some crazy shit? Come on. We want to hear the crazy shit.
And I don't know about all that, bro.
What's the craziest shit? Let's talk about your first pay.
My first
Your
pay.
first paycheck. What did we land with?
Hey.
What did I pull up on you with? Couple racks
Oh yeah,
in cash money?
cash money. What's it
Hey,
called?
don't come for me, IRS. I pay my taxes.
Yeah, I don't know what he talking about. I just mind my business. But I remember my first check. It was cash. It was
Cash
cash.
money.
I remember it was like two bags. And at the time you had you were banking with I believe Chase. I had Chase too.
You gonna
And
tell the crazy story.
yeah, and I remember we made it to over there to Champs. We were in Champs, And he tell me, hey, come outside real quick. I'm like, bet, I already know I'm finna get paid. And then yeah.
Big bags.
Yeah, he gave me two big ass bags, just cash. I'm like, hell yeah. I got paid, my first job paid. And then I remember Juan telling me, hey bro, you gotta put that in the bank. Don't be having that out. Me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, yeah, let me go ahead and put it in the bank. So then we go to Chase, and I tell the bank teller, I'm like, hey, can you deposit this for me, please? And she's like, bruh, I just cashed this out.
Yeah, just got the money out right.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, Jake was just here. Um, and it's crazy because at the time they didn't really have a lot of cash, so I could see like the frustration in her face. I kind of felt bad, but at the same time, I just needed that deposit because shit, my shit was negative at the time. But first check was really nice. First check was really nice.
Yeah, man, and you're one of the first people, honestly, like at the time, you were getting more, bro. You're getting more than,
Yeah,
was supposed to be paid out.
yeah, I was getting like a rack extra or two
Yeah, two or
around there.
three.
Yeah,
We were winning, man. We were winning. That's why I
it was
said
up from
whenever
there.
we decided to take that move, it was kind of like, oh shit, we got to brace ourselves. I don't feel
Yeah,
like neither of us expected it to go the way it went,
nah, hell no.
because we were used to like
Yeah,
checks on checks on
yeah,
checks on
wires.
checks,
Yeah,
winning, 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 winning,
yeah,
winning. And when we decided to take that journey to go our own route, was like, oh shit.
yeah. It got tough. It got tough. I'm talking about it got to the point where we was at a blitz, and you had to give me a thermal. It was a Bucky's thermal, bro. I survived off of water and the ice for a week. Oh, I'm talking about it was tough. There was some tough times,
Yeah,
but now we're up. Thank God.
yeah, we're here, man. We're here, and we've
We're
made it
here.
through all that bullshit. I
Yeah,
feel like it's only chapter two of the journey. We
yeah,
already passed through chapter one. This is chapter two of our journey.
yeah,
That's why I say it's very important not to compare your chapter one to somebody's chapter 30.
yeah. It's not the destination. It's not the Nah. We gotta just keep on going. Keep on going. All of this is possible if the work don't stop.
Well,
That's main lesson number one.
yeah,
All of this is possible if the work don't stop. If the work don't stop, the money don't stop either. Just gotta keep on going.
yeah. Well, you know what they say, comparison is the thief of happiness.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, you know why?
No, why?
When you start comparing yourself, like I say, you start comparing your chapter one to somebody's chapter 30, you start
Yeah,
what? Feeling bad about yourself because you're like, man, I should be where they are. But you don't know the journey that they've had to,
yeah,
go through. You
yeah,
don't know nothing about them. You just know that they're winning right now.
yeah,
And you don't really realize all the else that they've had to take, everything that they've had to go through in order to get to where they are. So that's why I say comparison is the thief of joy, not the thief of happiness. Comparison is the thief of joy because you
right.
cannot compare your chapter one to somebody's chapter 30.
Yeah, most
But
definitely. Most definitely.
yeah, man, it's been a long journey. And honestly, like, we found a random guy, right? A random guy that was walking the streets with a camera. And we're like,
Yeah,
hey, we should get this guy, right?
yeah.
Hey,
That
man,
one dude.
yeah, that one dude, I forgot his name. What's
Yeah.
that dude's name?
I think it was
Omar Castillo, the greatest of all time. Hey, man, big shout out to my brother
big shout
Omar.
out Omar.
Um, so everything's been going great, man, and I've been excited to get you on this podcast. Omar has been wanting to get you on
Oh
here,
really?
bro. Like, if you have somebody who's cheered you on, bro, that you might not know of, is Omar.
Omar.
Yeah, and a
Much
lot of
appreciate it.
people, like even Miguel, Miguel
And el compa
glorified the fuck
Miguel.
out of you, bro.
Yeah.
Miguel was like, this dude is la bestia, fenomenal, hermano,
Shout out Miguel.
el rey, la leyenda viva, like shit, bro. So
Yeah, Miguel. El
it's
compa.
it's it's been up, man. La
Yeah.
leyenda viva. So we're here with the legendary JP.
The work don't stop. We gotta keep on going.
How's it feel though, bro? I mean, from all those hard times to being able to be good now. I mean, you're able to. What's the latest thing you've bought your son that you were proud of? It don't have to be something very fancy, bro. Just something that you were like, man, hell yeah, I feel great.
Honestly, because Christmas I didn't have shit. I didn't
Yeah,
have shit. So first check hit. It's a
first big
big,
checks out of
yeah,
recovery.
like it's a fat ass check too. Yeah, ganancia, bills
Yeah,
paid, debt, everything good. Ganancia. I'm looking at like just a regular toy, just a regular, what was it? Iron Man. Iron Man from the
Yeah.
movies. I'm just looking at it and I bought it. It was like the last one. I bought him. I was like, man, that felt good because I can afford it. I can afford something for my kid. And lately, I see something. I'm like, man, that'll look nice on my kid. I'm finna get it. Finna get it. I know I can't spoil him because I gotta teach him
How to earn it.
how to earn it exactly. But man, like it just feel inside like
Feel great, right?
it feels amazing. Just getting him whatever, literally whatever he wants, he can get. But again, he gotta earn it as well. But it's a really great feeling.
I
It's a
remember
really
you
great.
walking into the penthouse when I first got the penthouse.
Yeah,
You remember?
yeah,
You're like, damn, bro, how's it feel to be able to provide this for your kids? I remember him telling me too. He's like, you're a good dad, right, bro? You're a really good dad, bro. I was like, damn, why you say that? He's like, bro, like, have you looked around you? Like,
yeah,
and sometimes we don't notice that, you know? We don't notice that because we get carried away
yeah,
by certain things,
yeah,
money itself.
yeah.
But it's truly a blessing to be able to
It really
bless your
is.
family.
Really is.
And I feel like once you reach that point that you notice you
Yeah,
can bless other people, like life changes and you start making more money.
yeah,
Because honestly, truth be told, bro, like I don't feel like I was here to just get the Lambos, the Rolls Royces, the watches,
yeah. This is
the
material.
APs, yeah, all the materialistic shit, like
Yeah,
the mansions, all that. That's cool. That's great. And it's a blessing and I'm grateful for it. Right. But I feel like the biggest blessing for me is being able to make other people happy because I do have it
exactly,
like that.
exactly.
Because I have it like that,
Yeah,
Puedes invitar las fajitas, puedes
yeah,
invitar esto, like giving
yeah.
somebody $200, $300 to be able to help them out because of your
Facts,
family
facts.
and you don't expect it back is like, oh shit, that's a blessing.
Yeah, no, facts, facts. That's like the best feeling. Most definitely the best feeling.
Yeah, and also being able to feed your people, bro. Like take care of your people,
Exactly. Yeah,
Like being able to take care of you guys, bro. Like, shit, even Omar has helped out.
yeah,
We've all taken care of each other, and I feel like it's great. It's a great feeling to be able to take care of each other and look out for each other. Cause like I said, man, when you're in a room full of 5 millionaires, there's no way you could go broke.
yeah,
There's just no way.
yeah,
Because the friendship built, the brotherhood built is insane.
yeah. It's
Because
a
we're
whole
gonna
foundation.
take care of each other. We look out
Yeah,
for each other. I'm pretty sure right now, if one of us was hitting rock bottom or some bullshit happened, we'd be able to look out for each other,
you
and
10
know that
bands.
we're gonna make that money back.
Yeah,
Know that it's gonna be like right
yeah,
back. Kind of like Andrew Tate, when the dude got out of prison after that bullshit happened. Don't quote me on this. I don't know if it's 100% for sure, but from what I heard, I think even he spoke about it on a podcast.
did he?
I believe so when he said that as soon as he got out, all his bank accounts were frozen. He didn't
Yeah,
have shit.
I think he did say
They
that.
confiscated all his cars, all his
Yeah,
shit. And guess what? He was still up.
yeah.
Why? Because of his
Precious.
circle.
Yeah,
His circle said, you know what? Here's a couple million. Don't worry about it. We know we're going to get it back.
yeah,
We're good. And that's kind of the thing that I'm trying to build in my circle and the people that I surround myself with is to be so fucking great, so set that you don't ever have to worry about things because you have people that know who you are, know how you are, and trust you to be able to get that back.
yeah.
And also be a man of your word, like I said, and like Scarface said, in this world we got what? We only got our word and our balls, and we don't change that shit for nobody.
Right. Hell yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, anything else you want to include, bro? Any personal stuff as far as like, certain advice you want to give about life? Like I said, we talked about the business side. The business side is always going to be there. I feel like we educate a lot of people on certain things in business. What about life in general?
Life
Like,
in general, man. Honestly,
what's been your biggest, I wouldn't say motivation, but what's been the biggest thing that changed you? Like, was it your son?
it was my son. It was my son. That's it. Just changed me literally. Like a
What
light
What
bulb.
did you
Just
see though? Did you see yourself in him? Like, because for me, I
yeah,
see myself in my kids,
yeah,
and I see like what I would have wanted as a father figure,
yeah, yeah,
and I hold myself to that standard because of that. I work
yeah,
hard because of that because I see myself in my children, and I'm like, man, if I was in my children's shoes, what would I want as a father? You
yeah.
know?
No, most definitely. Yeah, that my kid. My son. He most definitely changed me. Just looking at him, literally, just looking at him, I see myself. I'm like, my son is either. It's only one option. He's gonna have a good childhood. Now it's up to me. I gotta provide that. You know. So that's just been my motivation every day. I wake up. I'm like, okay, we gotta do this. We gotta do that. What's the quickest way to get this done? How can we get this paid out quick? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like just locked in. Just being locked in, and that's something that we're on the same boat. Omar too. Everybody's kind of on the same boat, and I feel like that's why it's going somewhere. Because everybody's working, everybody's more about quick. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. Let's get the work done. Because everybody got their drive, and everybody is a father, so the kids come. They're a big reason why.
The success is there.
So I would say, my kid most definitely. I don't want him to have a fucked up childhood. I want him to have like best childhood possible.
The best upbringing, right?
Exactly. So that changed me. I'm grateful. I'm really
Yeah,
grateful
like
for that.
I feel like when you were able to, have your kid around more, bro, you really changed.
Yeah,
It really changed you. You started killing it.
yeah,
You
facts.
started focusing a lot more, and your words became from making excuses to
Get
being
this.
like, you were the one calling me, talking about, bro, when are we gonna get this done? Bro, I need this done. Nah, I need it done ASAP. Like I need it done. I need it done. I'm like, damn, the hell got into this guy right here?
Nah, we
So you
gotta.
were you were doing your thing, and I was like, man. So was it
It was my
that?
son. It was my son. Most definitely my son. Cause I mean,
What did it take you though to realize that? What did it truly take for you to realize, like, boom? Was it the L's?
it was the elf not being able to give him like a toy, bro. Not even a toy. Like you know what I'm saying, bro? Like I can't even get him a toy, so I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm a hustle. It's either them or me. I'm finna. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna eat.
It's either them or me. That was great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's my drive right now, bro. Making sure he's good. You know?
yeah. I think that's the same for me. Like I said, I see myself in my children.
Yeah.
I see myself in my children, and I see what I would want as a father.
Yeah.
Something we do have different though is I have a little girl.
Yeah.
I have a daughter, and that's the reason why I carry myself in a certain way,
Yeah.
because I would never want somebody disrespecting my daughter.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Um, let's talk about a hot topic that happened this week, right?
Oh
A
shit.
hot topic that happened this week that goes on to that as well, of having a daughter, right?
Oh,
Um, I'm not gonna go into details because I
right.
don't know if it's right for me to go into details about that because it's not my full situation. But I had a situation this week where you know I was helping somebody, and it felt like these dudes were trying to take advantage of her not
Oh,
knowing
okay.
certain things in business.
Right.
And bro, you know how I stand on business, right?
Yeah.
Stand firmly. I'm raw as hell on business. And it's crazy because she had like her brother call. She had another guy call to try to help, of course, right? Because the situation was she was stuck in a contract that she couldn't get out of,
Okay.
right? Because they try to rip her off, certain things. And how do I stand on business?
Man, it's crazy.
I'll
It's
say,
crazy.
hey, you know what? Every single time you've needed me, have I not stood on business with it?
Oh hey yo. It's been
So
some else.
we have came into it, and I'm not saying anything to like glorify anything. I'm just trying to prove a point here, right? But what I'm saying is like me, I take it so serious because I do have a daughter.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes to y'all's situations and anybody that's in my circle, my organization, my business, anything that I do like in life, I look at certain things and I'm like, why would I want this handled and how? Okay, I would want to handle like this and as quick as possible because I would not want to be him. Like when certain obstacles that we hit where pay's not hitting how it should be, I'm like, shit, bro, I need to get it figured out because I would not want to be in your shoes, right?
Yeah.
So when it came to her situation, I was like, damn, man, I would never want I would never want my mother or my daughter or my sisters to
Yeah.
be in that situation,
Yeah.
where she's getting taken advantage of in a contract that she didn't truly like understand because they were
Yeah.
pressuring her, like just fucked up business.
Yeah.
And man, bro, when I tell you that really made me realize a lot, it really did because I looked at it and I'm like, man, a lot of people get screwed over because they don't know exactly what's going on. A
Exactly.
lot of people don't understand what contracts are, how they work,
Yeah.
all that. And for me to be able to come in, it was crazy, bro. I'm telling you, like 30 minutes, I got that shit resolved. 30 minutes. I came in, and I'm gonna be straight up, man. I came in and I checked these dudes. I checked the fuck out of them. And I would expect to get checked myself if I was doing some bullshit like that, you know?
Right.
To a woman. You can't
Right.
fucking do that bullshit to a
Yeah.
woman. And yeah, man, these dudes were crossing the line. I came in and checked one of these motherfuckers, checked his ass. He was just looking at me like, oh shit.
At the dealership.
Yeah. I came in and checked this dude. Then she's like, that guy over there too. I'm like, let's go. Went over there,
Yeah.
checked his ass too. And I don't say it in a proudly manner. I'm just saying it like, I'm gonna do what I have to do.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's either what? It's either them or me.
I'm finna
And we're
eat.
not, yeah, we're
Yeah.
not getting screwed.
Yeah.
So I went and I checked those dudes, man, and I was like, man, there has to be a dude with integrity here.
Yeah.
There has to be a man with integrity here.
Right.
And I even told her when we walked in, I'm like, there has to be a man with integrity here. And we ended up talking to the dude, the general manager, the GM.
Oh
We
shit.
came to, an understanding because I know business. You're not gonna
Right.
fucking fool me.
Yeah.
Um, and man, everything got canceled and it went our way. But that just comes to show you, bro, like when little small things like that, like, me having my daughter, it made me step it up a whole lot more, like you said,
Yeah.
because I would never want that to happen to my daughter.
Exactly.
And I hope, and pray that I'm able to live that long to be able to help my daughter as long as possible, right? To be able to help my son as long as possible and to be there for them in certain times like that.
Yeah.
But also to structure them to be as tough as me,
Yeah.
because what about the day I'm not there?
Yeah.
What if God decides to say, hey, I'll walk out of here right now and something happens to me? Lord forbid, right? But if something does, are they going to be able to handle their own?
Yeah.
Have I taught them the right manners? Have I
Yeah.
taught them how to hold their own and be responsible, be respectful, how to do that,
Yeah.
themselves?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I take pride in trying to teach people, even yourself, bro. Like I've always tried to teach people the tough love, right? The tough love, because that tough love, and I don't mean like bad love. I mean tough love in a way where you're able to understand the situation, see how you can overcome it by yourself,
Yeah.
and be able to learn from it to overcome it the next time you're in it, Next
Yeah.
time you're in that situation.
Yeah. Most definitely.
What you think about that situation with that little situation? What were you thinking when I was telling you about it?
I was like, man, that's crazy.
You think I was gonna win?
That was crazy. I mean, you got this shit done. You should have sued though. You would have.
Mr. Get It Done.
You would have made a bag off that.
Mr. Get It Done. Yeah.
But
But hey,
that,
bro, it's been a fucking honor having you here.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's been an honor having you here, man. I'm looking forward to episode 2.
Yeah.
I'm looking for your greatness, bro. I'm proud of you, man. Um, like I said, man, you're part of my brotherhood, and I'm excited to
Yep.
be able to show you to the world, to show you to all the people that are watching, to all the people that are here to get gems, to here to learn a little bit more. Just the little conversations that we have can change somebody's life.
Yeah.
From the previous podcast that I had where it went viral, I had a lot of messages come in that said, man, I needed to hear this because of what you said today really changed my life, saved my life, and just made me realize a whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
So these little conversations that we have, I feel like can help somebody
Hopefully
that's in
somebody
a
hears it. Yep.
yeah, that's in a dark place,
Yeah.
because like you said, you were in a dark ass place, bro, where
Yeah.
I know it was tough.
It was tough.
Not being able to give your son not even a toy, not even able to afford shit,
Yeah.
and
Shit changes you.
yeah,
Yep.
but you got through it, right?
Yeah.
And you're here. Exactly. So somebody might be in that situation today where they needed to hear this, where they might be struggling to feed their children. They might be struggling to get that present for their son. They might not even be able to afford a birthday cake,
Yeah.
for their children.
Right.
But moral of the story is don't give up.
Never.
Don't give
Never
up.
give up.
Even though you're not able to afford it then, or maybe it might be a little bit tough, what do you got to do? Keep going, right?
Gotta keep going. Keep your head up. Keep going.
Keep pushing and strive for greatness, correct?
Always. Always try for greatness, bro.
Yeah,
It's crazy. One last thing, right? One last thing.
let's get it.
Um, I'm big with ideology, right? Even with closings, this is how I picture life. You ever seen like a river?
Yeah,
I feel like as a man, you're born into a river. Born into a river, come in the opposite direction. So you got two things that you got to do. You already got to stay afloat. And you already got to
stay
swim.
above
You
water.
already got to fucking swim. So that's the main thing, making sure you stay afloat. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Stay afloat and just keep going, bro. It's
You'll
gonna
have a
be,
lot of bullshit come your way, right?
but you gotta keep on going because you can't sink. You're gonna
Yeah.
die.
Yep.
You gotta keep on going, bro. So that's really big with me, bro. Just keep on going, keep doing what you gotta do. Just take care of business. The
Yes,
rest will
sir.
resolve itself.
Hell yeah. It was great having you, my guy.
Yeah.
It's an honor, bro. And
Thank you. Thank
one
you.
last thing, man. Shout out to everybody, all the subscribers, all the support, everybody who's just been with us these past couple months, especially after the viral video. Like, we're just here to inspire you guys. I didn't do it for money. I didn't do it for fame. I didn't do it for none of that. We have businesses that generate certain amounts. We're great. Thank God, right? So what we do is just to inspire those people that are in the dark sometimes, that need that help. Because us, man, we don't get fucking handouts. We don't get that, oh, let's talk about it type shit. We don't get that. So being able to communicate with certain people, even women, being able to inspire women as well, like, that's what we're here to do, and that's what I'm here to do. That's my biggest mission here, is to be able to inspire people and grow from it. Of course, hopefully reach some higher levels, right? But man, it was a great conversation.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being here, brother.
Yes, sir.
And big shout out to my guy Omar, man.
Shout out Omar.
Season 2 is here, baby. It's only gonna get bigger, better. Episode 1, season 2. Let's fucking go.